Hey there, welcome back to the channel, or as I like to call it, we like to call it our little corner of the internet, which I love so very much. I'm sorry it's a little later. It was going to be a little later anyway, and then I was sitting here and I started recording and I saw something out the window and I had to go investigate because, you know, 'tis our nature. I will get that together and I will show you tomorrow, but I wanted to get right back to this because it is late, so sorry about that. And for anybody who cares, it was just a lot of dealing with car stuff today. So the move is still on. The video is going to be a little shorter, but I swear to you, stick with me. We are getting back to it and it's going to be better than ever. So without further ado, and I'm still staring at that thing, let's get to it. I'm so sorry. It looks so sad right now, but it's okay. It's the chaos. What? Yeah, we're gonna watch that again. So if you weren't already, pay attention to the bike person, the person on the bike right there, and you explain to me what's happening, because it looks as though they get drug across the street and then catapulted into the air mysteriously. Okay, let's go again. Right there. Stopped for whatever reason. Look at that. Pulled. Completely pulled. What? I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. And clearly the only reason that we're able to even see this is by the grace of Ring camera or some sort of camera like that, right? Oh my goodness, some crazy stuff going on. I love it, but I'm also a little weirded out. Have you guys been seeing a lot of things personally? Because I have been seeing more things personally, as far as especially aerial type things than I've ever seen, that were like pretty, most definitely something that I don't understand what it is, not just a plane. Even here, I was watching a movie the other day and there was a voice and I have a door that keeps opening, like all sorts of stuff I feel like are happening. So if anyone else is experiencing this overabundance of metaphysical activity, I don't know, some sort of paranormal activity, let me know that I'm not in this by myself. I mean, I'm definitely not in it by myself. I know that, but let me know if you guys as a collective are also experiencing some things, because it's pretty undeniable on my end and those that I'm closest to. Here's another one kind of like this. Look at that. I'm just gonna say it. Whatever, entertainment purposes only, be darned. Somebody pulled that cat, and that cat is fighting something off. Let's see. Look at him. Who pulled him? It looks like... I need to see it again one more time. I was hoping to see something in that mirror there, but nada. Cats can see things. In my very first apartment, I had my cat Badger, who I still have, and he's amazing. But he sees things. I swear to you, he sees things. I had a power outage, and the only windows that I had in that entire apartment were at the one end of it, there were the sliding glass windows, and then at the back end of it, there was the window, like just a small window on like the upper part of it. So I was one of the middle apartments, so no light at all. So if there was a power outage, it was dark. And I remember it was summertime, so it was really hot, and I was getting ready because it was just really creeping me out that it was so dark. And so I had the windows open and all that, and everything was fine. And I go in the bathroom because I was like, you know what? I'm going to run to the store really quick. And I just need to get out of here because it's freaking me out. And so I was in the bathroom, pitch black as can be, and I have my flashlight, and I just like panned over, and I see Badger, and he's just standing there in the middle of the hall looking where I can't see down, just like his eyes were bugged out. And I was just like, okay, buddy, you want anything from Walmart? I'll be back. Yeah. So this cat is definitely fighting something off. Can't deny it. So this, you know how we have all of these things going on with airplanes right now. It's terrible, really terrible. Aerial travel is just becoming something that's quite scary, quite frankly, but you got to do what you got to do. And this to me is an example of something that could have gone really bad if somebody listened to their intuition. But
the aircraft is being observed, so to speak, because oil pressure on the number 2 engine is trending upwards, and the aircraft is going to require, actually it's the fuel pressure, fuel system filter replacement when the aircraft gets back from Hawaii. They've told us that the plane's good to go, but I'm not really feeling it. I'm not going to leave the ground if I'm not completely certain that we have an airworthy aircraft, so I'm going to probably err on the side of caution, and I'm refusing the aircraft. So what that means for you right now, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if we have another airplane here at the airport, but I hate to do this to you, but this is one of those tough calls that I have to make, and I feel a lot more comfortable making this call than flying 6 hours over the water.
you know, props to this guy, props, so many, because you can even hear the people in the background as they're hearing this announcement. Everyone's like, what? And first, when he says that he's nervous about it, everyone laughs. Haha, it's not a joke. I mean, turn on the news, it is not a joke. And if he feels this uncomfortable to fly over water and to put your souls and your children's souls and his own, and quite frankly, his family's life at risk by going up there, good for him. And I'm so glad that they have the option. I never knew that that was an option. I guess it makes sense that a pilot can just say, I'm refusing this aircraft. I'm not comfortable and I'm not doing it. And that's really good. I'm really glad that they have that option without repercussion, because especially today, you got to listen to yourself. You have to listen to your intuition. And in this case, I think that he probably saved all these people. That's what I believe. And we'll never know, thank goodness. I don't know why I saved this as chemtrails. There's nothing chemtrail-y about this.
Okay, there he is, in the window again. Went under the bed.
See, okay. Bear with me on this one, because I understand the argument that that could be a cat or a dog or something, but its motion tells me it could be a cat. But the size of the window tells me there's no way that's a cat unless you have some sort of savanna or something like that. And in that case, I think you would have seen it a little better. It seems like it's some sort of shadow something in the window. Go ahead. You can debunk me. I'm not offended, but that's what it looks like to me. Look at it. Look how big this is. And it even kind of looks like a person there.
Okay, there he is, in the window again.
Ready? I'm going to pause a lot so we can see. That's huge. If that's an animal, that is huge.
Went under the bed.
I kind of think this could be an animal. I just don't know what kind, because I don't know. Really weird, if you ask me. I don't know. I love your input as always. Check this out. What? Not really sure what I'm looking at here. I'm really not sure. My guess is it's some sort of sea trail. And it's just during sunset, so the light is reflecting off of it, kind of like it does over the ocean or with clouds sometimes, where it looks super bright and all the reflections are going on. That's my guess, but there's still a lot going on here, if you ask me. Super swirly, like something was just spinning away. Certainly worth looking at, right? Here's more of a PSA for you.
A shocking case out of Richmond. A man was declared brain dead and was prepared to donate his organs, though hard to believe he was in fact alive.
He was then thrashing around, crying, trying to pull his tube out. He was pushing everybody's hands away that were trying to prep and drape him for surgery.
This is not the first case of this. And I hate to say this because I was always very strongly, I believe very strongly that it's the right thing to do to be an organ donor. Of course, if I can't use them and they're viable, why wouldn't I save somebody else's life? Why wouldn't I save somebody else's soulmate or child or mother or father? Why wouldn't I do that? If I'm capable of doing that, what does it hurt me? What does it hurt you to give that of yourself when you no longer need it? You could save so many people just by saving one, you know? So, but I have to be honest, I'm getting a little nervous at the thought of organ donation because the more we learn about trafficking and the more we learn about black market this and that and things like this, like they were totally willing to say this guy's dead for the sake of grabbing his organs. An organ grab, if you will. And I no longer mark myself as an organ donor, and I feel a lot of guilt inside for that, but I'm also terrified of this. I'm terrified. And I guess at the end of the day, even if I wasn't gone, if they thought that I was that far gone, or if I was that in that bad of shape that I could be passed off as gone and I get to save people, then I guess that does make it worth it. But I'm just not, especially now at this point in my life, I am not willing to give up the rest of my life when I could live because of negligence or carelessness, just saying that I'm dead. I'm not dead, and I'm here, and I have a lot going on that I want to experience. So just be careful and be really aware. This is not a light decision. It used to just kind of be, I remember getting my license for the first time, and it was just kind of a decision. Like, do you want to do it or not? Do you care about people, or are you terrible? That's essentially what it was. And I'm like, well, obviously I want to do the right thing. And it was just a no-brainer to check that off. But this stuff, it really makes you think. And I hate the way it makes you kind of feel like you're a bad person, but I'm no longer in that club. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sure that will change one day, but not right now. What do you guys feel about the organ donation thing? I'm sure lots of you are going to say that you are, and that's amazing. Or that you've been saved, or that you know someone who's been saved. And those moments are the ones that make you really think, well, maybe it is the right thing to do, but I don't know. It's I guess there's no right or wrong. It's just what you feel is right. And I can't with the way that I see these kinds of things. I just can't trust that in a very bad situation, a horrible accident, I need to believe that everything is going to be done so that I can live my life. Because I have purpose, you know, I really feel purpose. And I hope that all of you do too, because that's life. I mean, life is about finding your purpose, and you have to be free to live that. I'm really getting off on a tangent here. I guess this is my guilt speaking, because I feel so bad that I stopped being one. But that's what's right for me right now.
Am I going crazy? So, I have an outdoor cat, and I bought him a can of Fancy Feast. Fancy Feast Turkey and Giblets Feast. There's all the information. This is what I found today. This hair is growing out of the food that wasn't ate.
God.
And it's coarse hair.
Sorry.
It's the same color as my cat, but my cat is a short hair cat. What's happening here? Am I oblivious to this, or is this normal? Help me out.
No, I would not say it's normal. I would say it's normal that mold would happen, but you should definitely throw this away because other animals might start eating it, and you never know what you're breeding out there. You don't want to be responsible for the zombie apocalypse just because you left your fancy beast out, okay? But it kind of seems to me like he's growing a new cat or a toupee. Maybe this is how we fix hair loss. I don't know. I just think this is wild. I think this is crazy. It's so long, and it's
Am I
definitely
going crazy?
it's definitely hair, right? Like, this is hair. Look at that. And he keeps touching it, which I'm just befuddled by. That's all. That's all I have for that.
What do we have here? What were we told this was? A lighthouse, right? It's not a lighthouse. These are charging stations for airships. That's why, if you watch the video, you're going to notice all lighthouses have a mooring mast with a dome and an antenna on the top. And understand something about these lighthouses. They're not lighthouses, they're mooring masts. Notice all of them have a 360-degree platform on them. Why would you need a 360-degree platform, right? If the lighthouse is supposedly used to guide ships. The lighthouse wasn't used as a light to guide ships. If it was, there would be one platform just facing the ocean. Why?
I just have to pause this. I know some people say they do not like when I pause halfway through, but I have to because I disagree with this one specific point that he's making. Because lighthouses are not always on the shore. Lighthouses are oftentimes in the ocean. And the reason that they have 360 platforms and the light in the middle is because that light is a beacon that spins around and it's kind of like whatever direction you are, this is where the lighthouse is. Not all lighthouses are on the shore pointing out saying, hey, come here. It's not meant to be on the shore per se. So that's why that. Sorry. I feel very strongly about lighthouses.
Why would he need to go around the back of the lighthouse to go see the land that's behind him?
Because it's not always land.
Let's take a look.
I should have read this, to you.
What do we have here? A mooring mast connector. That's how it connected to all of these mooring mast towers. They're not lighthouses. That has a dome on the top. Dome and an antenna on the top. Dome and an antenna on the top. Y'all gonna see a pattern. Dome on the top. It's a mooring mast. Dome, antenna. Dome, antenna. These are energy devices. Dome, antenna. That's what you... Dome, antenna. These are mooring mast devices. They're not lighthouses. Think about that. They fed y'all that shit for years. When these were literally docking. Dome, mooring mast. Dome, mooring mast tower. These were... Look. lighthouse? A lighthouse? A lighthouse. These were made for that. That would come, hook up to right here.
You know, I'm not going to fight this. I'm certainly not going to fight this. This could very well be true. This could very well be true. We've seen a lot of these. I don't really post a lot of them. I'm not sure why. If you guys want to hear more about Tartaria stuff, definitely let me know. It's just not been one of the directions that my interest has led me. I've always been a little more geared towards the paranormal. And then, I mean, the last few years, I've been really gearing towards the question everything, what's going on with the government, like kind of topics. But overall, I just haven't really gotten into the Tartaria thing. It's the same with the flat earth thing and all of that. It's just not territory that I'm that comfortable discussing because I don't spend a lot of time looking into it. So, but I would definitely entertain it if you are interested. So let me know for sure. If anybody is, I will dig. I have gotten a couple of inquiries about it, but if I can hear more, like if more people want that, I will definitely do it. Absolutely. Because it's good to know. It's good to know what people think. It's good to know what's out there. Just know that if we go down that road, I have no idea what I believe. I can't even tell you what's going to happen. So I have yet to form opinions on a lot of this stuff because I don't know enough about it. So what I do know is I don't believe that time is as said. I think that the calendars have been manipulated. I think history is not what it seems. I think we live on this playbook, and I think there's a lot we don't know. So, I mean, I look at things like this and I just see the Goodyear blimp, and I know that existed. I actually saw it like last year. I saw one around here. It was kind of crazy because I hadn't seen one since I was a kid. But yeah, what do you think about this theory? I would believe it, that it's an energy beacon kind of thing. I can buy that. But I also believe it does serve ships. I don't think maybe it does both. Maybe it is multi-purpose. So I have two good clips for you. One is just a sweet little message, and one is... You know what? This isn't even the one I wanted to put in. Well, this is, but the next one isn't. That's okay. It's good. Ready? Let's go. I thought that was a very beautiful message and something that I think we can all hold on to. Whether you're happily married, happily single, in a relationship, whether you want to think about this as your friends, however it needs to be for you. I just think it's a really powerful and beautiful message because at the end of the day, I think that anybody who finds their person and ends up with them and is living that life, I think at the end of the day, when you've lived your life and you've had your time, I don't think anybody is going to look back and deny that that's how it was supposed to be. That it was, I think people say, meant to be a lot, because whether you understand the journey or where you're at in that journey, I think there is this invisible string that ties you to some place that you belong. I think that's true. And I think that nothing can stop it. So you just have to know that. And however you're feeling, just keep this in mind. Keep hope in mind. Keep light in mind, and just be happy, you know? And the caption on this is, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? And this is me. I don't necessarily. I mean, if I had one superpower, it might not be this, but I would definitely gladly take this. Tell me those weren't some of the biggest raccoons you've ever seen. I swear. You guys should, if you are into raccoons and this kind of thing, you should follow somebody named James Blackwood. Oh my God. Let me see what his name is, because I want to tell you. James Blackwood, Raccoon Whisperer. He's so funny. I mean, he's not funny. He's a really sweet old man who, I've talked about him before. His wife and they live in Nova Scotia, and she loves taking care of the raccoons outside. They live in the middle of nowhere, and she passed away. And when she passed away, it's the thing that he did to stay close to her and honor her, is he kept taking care of the raccoons. So he has a channel where every night he feeds them hot dogs and he feeds them snacks, and they are the biggest, most chunkiest little raccoons ever. And they're so sweet because when they have babies, they'll bring them to him, and it's like so endearing. And he has a couple of cats that watch through the window, and it's just a really sweet kind of thing that he does. And every time I see it, it just warms my heart to know that he does that to hold his wife in his heart. He's been alone for a very long time since she passed away. And I think last year or the year before, a lady friend started showing up to feed the raccoons too. And I thought that was really, really special too, that she wanted to carry that on with him. And, I just think that's beautiful. So just another thing to be, I don't know, just be good to each other. Just be good to each other. Be good to animals and people and everybody struggling. Try and be a person who is forgiving and loving and positive as much as you can. Choose to not be mean or judgmental or unforgiving, because that is a poison that will only hurt yourself. It will only hurt yourself, because it will. So just be nice to each other, and remember that I think you are awesome. And I will be back tomorrow with another one. And actually, this ended up being almost a half hour, so it's actually not that short. Like I said, things will return to a more normalized situation once they do. But right now, welcome to chaos in our little corner. And we love it because we have each other, and it's all going to be great. So with that being said, we go into the night. Adieu.